I love a good glass of wine. Riesling is my favorite. You know who else loves a good glass of wine? Maybe a little bit of bathtub gin? The Boardwalk Empire, folks. No movie or TV show in history has captured the Prohibition years quite so perfectly as Boardwalk Empire has. So there's a lot to say about it. Why are we lollygagging? 5 things, Boardwalk Empire, go. I'm so gonna get drunk doing this one. Number 5, Jack Houston, who is, by the way, f***ing amazing in this show. He puts cotton balls in his mouth to create that twisted, paralyzed look on Richard's face. And it was his idea to give Richard that raspy, damaged voice box sound.
I put a bullet 1 inch below his eye.
Perfection. 4, Al Capone. That bastard made $60 million a year during the Prohibition years. And if you think $60 million sounds like a lot today, back in the 1920s, $60 million was like more money than the Prince of Persia had. That's a lie. I completely made that up. I don't know if it's true. And by the way, speaking of Al Capone, the actor Stephen Graham who plays Al Capone, he's British. Would you have guessed? You sound like you're from London. Number 3. People know and love all those big name gangsters on the show, like Lucky Luciano, Meyer Lansky, and of course Big Al. Where did Nucky Thompson come from? Have you ever heard of him? No, he's actually not a made-up character. There really was a bootlegging politician called Nucky Johnson of Atlantic City back during the 1920s. Number 2. Not only did Prohibition fail miserably, Prohibition, amongst many other things, gave birth to the cocktail. Ooh. What would James Bond be without his martini? Come on. Number 1. We've seen a lot of the fads and fashions of the 1920s portrayed quite nicely on Boardwalk Empire, like this one, the Egyptian craze. But there's a lot of other notable fads that went through the 1920s that may make it into future episodes. Have you ever heard of the pansy craze? Gay performers, or pansies as they were called back then, became so popular that people used to flock to these pansy clubs. Back then, a lot of the most famous pansies of the era did their shows in drag. Hello, it was the birth of the drag queens. Subscribe to my channel and keep updated with a different look at our favorite movies and TV shows. Thanks for watching Pop What. Catch you later.